everyone, welcome to week 6. I know some of you might still be finishing the work from week 5, and that's okay. Try to get it submitted as soon as you can because week 6 has officially begun and we are moving forward with things. So the first thing you'll need to do, of course, is take the week 6 attendance quiz. Once you do that, you'll have access to all of the lessons and assignments for this week. The first item you'll see under the week 6 attendance quiz is a brief review of week 5. And then there is a main lesson on grammar and mechanics, but within that lesson there are multiple smaller mini lessons that cover different aspects of grammar and mechanics. So the first one is not really a lesson, it's more of a review of different types of words that we use often when we speak and write. But we don't always remember how these types of words function in a sentence. And a brief refresher of that is useful in order to better understand the other grammar and mechanics lessons that follow. So give that handout and video a quick look. Then the next sub-item is a lesson on sentence fragments. There's a handout and a video lesson for that lesson. That's a pretty common error in student writing, so I suggest at least looking over the handout, and if that handout isn't making as much sense to you, perhaps go ahead and watch the video. The next lesson is on run-on sentences and comma splices. If there is one lesson that you make sure you look over and watch the video for, it's this one. Run-on sentences and comma splices are the most common error in writing. A lot of people don't even know what a comma splice is, but it's one of the most common errors. So I would highly suggest looking over the handout and watching the video for run-ons and comma splices, because again, it's very common and it's something that I'll be looking for when I'm looking at your essays. The next lesson is on eliminating ineffective writing. There's a handout and video lesson for that one. The next one is on modifiers. That'll be looking at misplaced modifiers and something that we call dangling modifiers. So look over that handout and maybe watch the video lesson for that one. And then the last sort of grammar and mechanics lesson is on sentence combining. So look over that handout and possibly watch the video lesson that goes along with that one. Those are the only lessons here in week 6. And there's no assignment that goes along with them. However, if grammar and mechanics is not your strong suit, I really think it would be a good idea to at least go through each lesson and look at the handout that's provided on the screen. And if those things aren't ringing a bell to you, if you're still not really sure why this is an error, why it's a problem and whatnot, maybe go ahead and watch the video lessons. Everyone comes to a comp class with different levels of familiarity with grammar and mechanics and sentence level issues. So that's why these are here, because you are expected to show proper grammar and mechanics, especially in the final draft of your research paper. So if this is a review for you, these grammar and mechanics lessons, that's great. If this is more of this is the first time I'm hearing of these things, then you definitely want to spend a little more time going through the lessons, and definitely come to me if you're unsure of anything. But again, the one that I think everybody needs to watch is the one on run-on sentences and comma splices. Alright, but those are the lessons for this week. It's just a review of grammar and mechanics. The homework for this week, you're going to have Journal 6. There'll be a video in the instructions, and it's due Sunday at 11:59. And then we have Project Part 3, which is the rough draft of your research paper. There's a video in those instructions as well. Make sure that you understand what is required of you for the rough draft. And then, of course, there's the week 6 discussion. Try to have your first post up by Thursday. Respond to 2 classmates before it closes, Sunday at 11:59. If you have any questions or run into any problems with this week's material and assignments, please let me know. And if you are not going to be able to have your rough draft completed on time by Sunday night, you need to reach out and let me know that as well. There are things happening next week in week 7 that require you to have a completed draft. And so if you don't have it completed yet, we're going to need to, make arrangements basically. So, I mean, obviously, if you need more time, you need more time. But do your best to try to have that rough draft in by Sunday night. And if that's not going to be possible for you, reach out to me so that we can at least have a game plan and be on the same page. Okay? All right. Otherwise, you guys are free to go ahead and get started.